Hey everybody, it's Josie and welcome to my channel. Today's video is on activating the third eye center. Now I've done a few videos in the past, so I'll link them so you can watch them again if you want to. And also I want to show you a way that is more harmonious way to really accessing and activating your higher intuitive senses. And the third eye center is one of them. So let's get right into it. So I want to say this with all love and respect, but there are many gurus who speak about opening third eye center. This is just my observation. Unfortunately, what I do see is the way they explain things, the energy that comes out of them is their third eye center is really not open, but the energy they're using to really access their intuitive senses is a very complicated mental energy that creates a lot of polarity. So let me explain this to you. Now there's a male way of creating things and there's a female of creating things, and maybe that's why not many women really speak about opening the third eye center, because for women, it's more of a natural process. They can get access to their high intuitive senses in many different ways. For men, though, it has to be a very logical, structural process. A, B, C, D, and this is the alchemy, and this is all the magic that will be happening. If you just get it, if you just figure it out, put it together, then it works. Creating polarity is probably not the best thing that you can do, because when you access your higher intuitive senses, opening them up will either harm you or it will open you up to the beauty of, the spiritual experiences. You can experiment with this, you can do astral projections, and you can do, lucid dreaming, and all of these wonderful experiences are great. Now, you don't have to be super spiritual for that. Some people just simply take drugs and then just take off to places. Also understand this, in the moments when you are not consciously aware, the moments when you lose that ability to stay within your own energy frame, then your free will can be taken away from you. And you can become a victim of all these psychic manipulations, which happens so much in this world, and this is probably a theme for a different video. I want to focus specifically on the third eye center. So somehow men are less attracted to doing things in a female way because they have to be engaged with their feelings. And not just men, by the way, let's just say people, because mostly men, but women also in today's world have a tendency to lose their natural kind of feminine intuitive forces in themselves. If you are using mental energy to access that pineal gland and open your third eye center, you'll create a lot of polarity, which means that you may just create the result that you want, which will bring things that you don't want. Right? For every action, there is an opposite reaction. So you will say, access the world of the spirit, which can also attract onto the self the dark energy, things that you want and things that you don't want, because that's just the nature of mental work. However, if you're working from the place of your heart, now, a feminine way, that's why a lot of guys get really stuck here, because nobody really wants to get engaged with their feelings, with their heart, because only heart can create oneness, right? One source of energy. This is how we access that source, is through the heart. Heart is, again, it's the most powerful force in your body. When you access your own heart energy, you can use it to open your third eye center, to open the crown chakra, to ground yourself. Now, it becomes a truly powerful creative force. So when you're doing this through the heart, it's the only way that you can really do it the right way and bypass the duality, the polarity, and just create that ultimate oneness, one result that will enhance your entire life experience. So, a couple of things before you even start working on this process, I do recommend you to take this seriously. Don't just say after lunch, hey, can I just go ahead and open my third eye like in 15 minutes right now? So make it as part of your spiritual path, something you really want to experience. So you'll take it seriously, do whatever you need to do to prepare the way for it. For the first, say, 5 to 7 days, it's important that you clean your diet of all of the toxic foods. And if you're okay with fasting, you can go ahead and, if you know exactly what you're doing, fasting is good. And because food on itself makes your body heavy, and you cannot really, have energy to really, we need to work on this process. If there's a lot of food, there's a lot of heavy energy in your body that is digested. Clean it all up, make it very light 5-7 days. On the 5th or 7th days, when you drink lots of water, just clear. And it's important also that during those 5 to 7 days, that you remain as positive as you can. Don't watch any news. Don't, communicate with negative people. Don't try to avoid any negative information out there or energy altogether. Just stay in your body, listen to happy music, just positive messages. Just feed your body with good positive energy. By the 7th day, you will feel it. It will be the moment when you have sort of within yourself, you will experience your body, your energy will be prepared for that next step. So in order for you to access any of the third eye centers, and this is again a lot of the stuff that I teach in my programs, I'm doing this kind of condensed version for you guys so you can get started on this process, and it's a safe way for you to do this. So when you, again, from that clean body, create a space in meditation where you will not be disturbed, will you spend 10-15 minutes of your time in darkness. If it's possible for you to create a dark place. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because we want to turn off our visual senses. We want to have no distractions whatsoever. So 10-15 minutes. When you are in a place, you could turn on the dark room, even the little candles. For the first time that you're doing this, I do not recommend put any lights in that room. And then when you close your eyes, and the first thing that you start doing, you're engaging your heart energy. You're really focusing a lot of your kind of inner vision on your heart. You're just basically visualizing your heart as this either golden globe or maybe like a sphere of white light that's in your chest that has an energy and has a movement, and you can feel that's power within your chest. Now your heart is creating that energy, is that rhythm. All you need to do is just get to the hold of that energy within yourself. The way that you can sort of just quickly visualize the location of the third eye center is by measuring from your chin to the just tip of your nose, and then making the same measurement up to your forehead. And this, it will be the center of the third eye. So when you directing that energy to your third eye centers, which is the pineal gland, and you can imagine, you don't have to know the precise location of that center in you. It's a tiny little pineal gland. And most of the time, all you have to do is to really visualize an inner eye's vision. Now that inner eye's vision is not looking out that way. And the way this, I'm simplifying this, it's a lot more complex than that. But when we're entering, putting that heart energy and connecting this with the third eye center, it actually, becomes movable. Now you can move it into any direction that you want. So what we will do with our energy from the heart, we will kind of move it all the way up to that pineal center, to that inner eye. Imagine, like there is an eye, like an actual eye inside of your head. And what you do with that heart energy, direct it just as a gaze, turn this so it aligns with this vision. Start directing light outside of your forehead and into the infinity. So that's when you start really kind of feeling that there is something that's happening, just the energy around your forehead. You feel it. It's the inner eyes. seeing the world around you, having your eyes closed, and now with that inner eyes kind of having the access to the outside world, you can see it. Now pay attention. You can sometimes even just look up with your eyes, just focusing exactly on that point with your physical eyes, just pointing upwards. So you direct a lot of your inner gaze through that brow center, and see what happens. Just notice if there's any sensations, whatever is happening with you. Pay attention. Remember, when you're in the space of your heart, this is that's the energy that really does the work for you. Sometimes all you have to do is just relax and let this whole thing happen, and just see and watch and observe and see what happens. When you create in the mental energy, you're really forcing this, right? When your heart energy is working, it's just automatically and naturally connected to anything that's out there. And the way that you can say is that you feel good. It's important that you do this prep work prior to this experience, because you can create that alpha state in yourself. You can feel good. And when you feel good, that's when those centers are activated. If your brain is in the beta state, if you're using a lot of mental energy, and most of the times that is what happens when you are using a lot of mental energy to create things, you end up not really getting it. It has to be an experience, and it happens to everybody. That may take you maybe a few weeks to really get it. If you keep on trying, you keep working, and throughout this time you focus only on positive experiences. And with anything that comes from your heart creates a loving energy. That's it. And I speak about this all the time because the nature of the world is love. If you don't get it, if that's not your experience, that's not your reality, my friends. If you look at greatest teachers, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, they were all creating from their heart, right? Sacred Heart of Jesus. And that's all about the heart energy, because the heart energy that projects around, that's where the halos and saints, that's when people can actually lift themselves up and in the air and do all these kinds of great meditative experiences, because they are using the energy of the heart, right? So not creating any polarity. It's unnecessary. Unfortunately, that's exactly what a lot of people are doing these days, and that's why the world is in the same way. That's the way it is right now, but we will change that, because we are working on things, right? We're getting things, and we will create the right way, the loving way. So let me run you through this entire process one more time. I know it's a little long video, but I'll do my best. So starting with the preparation work, really by clearing your body of all of the toxic negative energy, creating more of the loving positive vibrations. Then find a place where you will not be disturbed, without any lights, and it has to be dark, and you need this for about 10-15 minutes of your time. You can be sitting on the floor. I do recommend you sitting spine straight, because you need to move this energy in the upwards direction. So not lying down, not sitting like this, but really straightening your spine, shoulders relaxed. And when you're working with your heart and focusing your energy, your inner sort of vision into your heart, observe the white light in the center of your chest, or you can imagine golden light, either or. And this is pulsating energy in your heart, and it grows, it becomes stronger and brighter and brighter. So when you feel comfortable with this energy, you will start directing this in upwards motion. You can do this through your spine, or just simply feeling how this energy moving upwards. And that's when it actually comes in contact with that inner eye. There's an eye inside of your brain, and when this heart energy touches that inner eye, it directs it in the way of your vision, of your natural vision. But when this energy comes through, it doesn't come through your eyes, it comes through the forehead. And when you allow this energy to be streamed out of that third eye center, you pay attention in this moment. You make sure again that your inner vision, that your eyes are all pointed in that direction. Your eyes are still closed, but the closed eyes just pointing in that direction. That's when you really see that light, visualizing the light. And now this is your vision now, and you can see what you see with that heart energy, with that open third eye center. Now, what do you see? How do you again recognize the same room but in a different ways? Not with the physical eyes, with your inner eyes. Just pay attention, observe how this is done. And doing this practice every day for a few days is how you're naturally activating all of these higher senses without creating this polarity. And you'll understand, you'll see the beauty of this. And these experiences, that's where you start seeing angels. That's where, everything I see, for example, in my experience, in the conversations with the spirit guides and angels, these are real things that I don't see with my physical eyes. I see this with the third eye vision, and I use that heart energy to do this. And I know I can go directly to the places where I need to go. And I know the energies that I need to access. And this is the beauty of life. And once you connect this, you become that naturally, compassionate person. The first thing that happens to you, you cannot be in that oneness and not have that sense of love and compassion. If you don't have that, you haven't accessed that energy yet. Keep on working. Wow, it was a long video, but I hope it was helpful. Now, if you have any questions, do put them in the comment section below. Share your experiences, and let's continue this conversation. Hope I'll be able to do more videos like this and teach you more things, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. But this information is important. I know that angels, that's what they want me to teach you guys in the way that you can understand it, and slowly we can make it more complex, more interesting, more dynamic. But start with this. Do this for as long as you can. You can do this every day. You can do this for as long as you have to. And I really hope that inner vision becomes your just way of life, because again, this is the best way to do this. Your energy of your heart will create harmony for you. It just make you just a better person. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you in the next video.